what he was doing now and where he was at and what got him there, what drove them and his family to leave LA and sort of start this new life on Oahu. And I was just interested. I just want to make things that I would want to watch. So for me, it was pretty easy. Who doesn't want more Arto content, am I right? So
does the world really need it?
Yeah.
And it's like any of the aspects of his life felt more cinematic to film or to share as a
I mean, yeah, he's a big personality, he's a big name, he's a pro athlete, wears many hats. So it was a lot to take on, but I think Trevor and I came up with a pretty good plan to just sort of show up on his doorstep for a week and come over and get in the sauna and go snorkel and hang out and just
Hawaii.
try to figure it out. Yeah.
We knew we had to get to Hawaii, yeah, for sure. Because you could just
That was the true test. Because if you ain't gonna
just
get in
wanted to
that
come.
sauna,
hard thing.
that was gonna
I
the
bet
movie
the
was gonna
sauna
get
was
cut
a-
right there.
Dude, you think, oh, the ice bath is terrible, look at all the ice. The sauna with him is way worse than any ice bath you'll
I
ever
was
do.
going to ask if there was like a challenging moment, so that's the answer, guys.
That's
the sauna.
it, yeah. And Ben had to do it more times than one because like I had to get those shots,
For the camera.
shots you see. So Ben was the guinea pig multiple times.
I'm all in. I'm in on the ice bath and the sauna. I'm down. So
We'll have to figure out what the film's really about, so I had to get you in there and just really, a couple of times to be like, are we really doing this? Okay.
So Arto, when you see your story on screen, does it change the way you portray your own life?
Does it change the way? I mean, it's like, it kind of feels like looking into an open wound with a bunch of people. But does it change anything? I don't think so.
I don't know, makes you realize some other things, or even like on skateboarding, since you started, and the culture of skateboarding has changed so much this past years. Do you think like you contributed? I don't know, what comes to your mind when you watch your life on a big screen like that?
Well, it just looks like one long skate trip. It's like about like 2.5 months maybe, one summer. But some of those, I know there's more summers there than that. It all kind of blends together. But again, a lot of that stuff is concussion related. So,
If you could give an advice to your younger self, what do you think you would say?
advice to younger self.
What do you think Mimi would say?
I got a mic for you right here.
But what would you say? Advice to younger self. I mean, I don't know. I mean, would I change anything? Probably not, because I wouldn't be the person I am today if I did. So that's a tough one. But maybe throw another ladle on.
Trevor, since you're here with us, how was working with him and with Ben? How was the creative side of this incredible
The
story
truth?
we watched? Yes, the truth, please.
Well, me and Ben
Always.
have, this is the 5th of these episodes. We actually have 7 of these episodes, so Arto is one of them. It just turned into a feature-length film. So I'd say working with Ben has been amazing, and that wouldn't have ever happened. And then doing the episode with Arto, I mean, the reason it's so good is because of him. Him and Mimi let us into their house for however many days in a row, and he hooked us up with everyone that we maybe didn't know initially. I mean, there's all the ins and outs of filmmaking, like the archival, where's all these shots coming from, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, Arto made it great for sure. He made our job easy. Like, we had all these goals and ideas in mind, and we knew we could make something really cool, but like the subject has to be as cool as what you think it's going to be in your head, you know? But yeah, it's Arto. And Mimi, where's the real star?
Where is
Yeah,
Loosely based on a true story.
mostly, yeah.
Was there any moments of this story that you guys had?
Did we lie?
Well, or you had to edit. I was going to be a little bit more polite, but not lie. But it's hard to leave everything on a film. So I'm wondering if there's anything that you had to leave out, or it was like, okay, this is crucial to include, not to miss the thread of, you know?
I mean, there's scenes we shot, like things at Cholo's Bowl. There was different skate stuff that we shot. There's
But stuff that you had to cut that hurts a little bit. Like, oh, I wish, you know, because of time or whatever. Or that didn't happen.
I wish we had some more, maybe Finland family stuff. There was some archive that came in later of young Arto skating we had never seen, and us being fans. I didn't even know existed. So there was some stuff that we could have maybe done with some more time, or we just didn't even know about it.
So this is episode 1 of first season?
This is it.
Okay, cool.
Surprise!
And Arto, now that you've settled in Hawaii and you're full on surf, is there, I don't know, dreams, aspirations? It feels like you've lived a full life, and you know, but there's season 2 now.
Yeah, there's going to be a whole lot more living to do if this is going to keep it on going. I mean, I feel like I'm in a really happy place at the time, and just maybe even more balanced, if you will, you know, because I mean, some of this stuff was pretty fast living, but I love where we are at right now, and the kids growing up there, and my wife seems relatively happy. You know,
Happy
so
wife,
I think we're in a good spot. But oh yeah, there's plenty to do. I mean, I was in the world of concrete my whole life and never interested in the ocean one bit. I could swim okay, whatever, but through surfing, I got more connected into the ocean and ocean activities, and you know, there's a little free diving clip, so I'm an avid hobbyist in the water. But I didn't know the whole water world existed. That wasn't on my radar, and that's in the last few years. Like, that has become stronger and stronger.
Do you find healing in the water somehow?
Yeah, that's the only place where my buddy doesn't absolutely hate me.
Guys, I'm going to open a Q&A for you. If there's anyone who would like to ask anything, please put your hands up and I'll come with the mic. Anyone?
More underwater shots.
Yeah? Go.
That's a while ago. Classified information.
Hey, a
tray
flip got cut.
That might have been that feeble grind on that little curve before shooting that.
We cut out a 360 flip, just so you know.
Did you film the last time he skated or no?
Probably not. I mean, one of them.
Can you blackmail him someday?
Well, I got some clips. I'm not afraid
The last time I rolled around was probably sometime during this filming or with rags on the driveway or whatever. But last time I really skated, I would say it was a decade ago or so. Maybe that face plant on that intro clip was probably the last time I really skated.
So there's one scene in the film where Mimi says, when you come back home and you're like, I got the feeling. I'm wondering if at this point, you know, after being in photography for a while, do you got any type of feeling that skate didn't give you?
Wait, say that again. Did photography give me something else other than...
Yeah, that you didn't feel like when you were skating, you know? Because that's what she said. She's like, I know that would never, you know, compare to what you lived through skateboarding, but I'm wondering if through photography you're exploring some other types of emotions, sensations, feelings, I don't know.
I mean, I love photography because the only thing that hurts at the end of the day is maybe the tip of my finger. So maybe it gets a little tired, but other than that...
But not the hurt. Let's get out of the pain. Let's go to the other side.
Yeah. No, I mean, skateboarding and photography to me is very similar in a way. Like they're very similar creatively, and I think that's why I kind of used the photography to put a Band-Aid on skateboarding and kind of went that direction, because it's also creative. You're looking for these things and you have to problem solve and you have to make a picture. making skateboarding tricks, it's a similar process, and transferring that into photography side of things, I think it really drew me in that sense because it was very similar.
Oh, great. Is there anyone else that would like to? Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a great question.
Wait, what's that?
The soundtrack, if you had to choose a soundtrack for.
All the film I have, all the photos I shot, or all the footage of me? What song would I put? I would probably just play the Uncle Roning album, start to finish, and then just let the hard drive roll.
Does anyone else want to ask something? Go. Oh, here you go. Have a mic.
Tell a little about skating in Finland, varsinkin jos on Aurajoen rannasta jotain kokemuksia 90-luvulla Suomessa skeittauksesta. Millaista se oli?
Millaista Suomessa skeittaus oli 90-luvun alussa?
Can you translate it to us?
I'm not sure. No, he's asking about skateboarding in the 90s in Finland early on. It was very rough. There weren't any indoor places other than just kind of like homemade spots, empty warehouses, parking garages, just very minimal. There weren't any public parks or indoor parks at the time, and Finnish summers are only a few months long, so it was pretty tough growing up there. And the landscape is a lot like East Coast. The ground's a little bit more rough. It's a little bit more rugged spot-wise and everything. So skating and growing up in Finland, it was definitely a little bit of a challenge in the 90s. It's changed a lot now. There's a lot of government support and public parks and indoor places throughout the year in different cities. So now, skateboarding's growing up.
Yeah, it's amazing to see the curve. I'm from Brazil, and when I was growing up, it was a marginalized sport. Now you see Raisa, like a 13-year-old, just being an Olympian, and it's just beautiful. What do you expect the new generations to take from this film, the three of you? When you see such a rich story about a skateboarder, a legend, and just a life of what someone can go through when you're that crazy.
Well, I don't know what to take away from the film, whatever. I'll let people decide that, but I think the younger generation, as far as skateboarding is concerned, I'd like for them to remember that skateboarding turning into a sport is just one part of it, but that's not all of skateboarding.
What else would you remind them?
Well, there's a lot more to skateboarding if you really start digging into it, culture-wise, and there's a lot more to it. It's a lifestyle, if you will. There's a lot that goes into it. The athletic performance part of it is just one section of it.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being here. Yeah. You have a question? Okay, let's go there.
JP.
Mike, give that guy a mic.
Give him a mic.
This is embarrassing. Can I just? All right, I'll use the mic. Congrats, all you guys. That was amazing. Thank you for sharing it with us. You did a museum show, put out a book. You guys just did this documentary all in a couple months. That's insane. Can you talk a little bit about the process of the book, pulling the selects, and can you just? I know that we're talking about the movie, but I feel like they're a little bit hand in hand. Can you just comment on that?
Yeah, the last couple of months there's been a lot of talking. I feel like not enough shooting, but the book came together real fast. The deadline helps. I think it. If I have to confess, I think it took 10 days to edit the book. But so deadlines do help. But this is such a fresh project, and I've been shooting. All these pictures were shot in the last 3 winters, basically between November and February on the bike path on the North Shore, which is a 2-mile stretch back and forth. So almost half the images, or most of them, I already had in my mind. So I was just falling asleep at night thinking like, oh yeah, that picture, okay, I had to pull that file. I kind of had that body of work in my head, and it was just ready to come out and just be on the paper. The museum show was a tougher edit because that was all skate stuff, and I haven't been looking at those photos at all in the last few years. So that was actually took way longer than putting the bike path book together, because I was editing every day, I was shooting every day, I was putting out files, so it was kind of already set there.
Is it weird that they're done now? Like, you know, the process of doing something, you're just in it, and then when it's like done and sitting on a table or something, you're like, it's now in the past, you know? Like, is that weird? Like, or are you just like, well, I'll just do another one, and I'll just go home and start shooting again?
Yeah, I've already been shooting a little bit for sure. I can't put the camera down most of the time, so yeah, there's gonna be more books for sure. I mean, I got a little taste of making a book now. I'm kind of like, oh, this is fun. This is cool. I'm gonna have to make a few more.
Thank
A
you.
lot of season 2 coming.
Yeah, I love printed matter, and these guys are already signed for another couple of seasons, so we're on.
Well, thank you so much. Do we have time for one more question, Haley? Okay. Can I have the mic here? Can you raise your hand for me, please? Or you can just shout. There you go.
Thanks. Congrats again, you guys. Amazing film.
Thank you.
And I've been watching Arto skate since I was like 12 years old, so it's amazing to watch your evolution as a pro and then into this amazing artist. And you mentioned that you knew nothing about the water world and about that whole culture, and it's fascinating to me that how you were able to go from a world that you know nothing about and just completely immerse yourself into arguably the most intimidating surf culture in the world on the North Shore. Like,
As he shoots you.
yeah, like how were you not intimidated by that, and how did you just enter that so fearlessly?
That's a good question. Well, you've been in the skateboarding world, you grew up skating, and you kind of know that code of conduct, and skateboarding comes with a certain set of rules, and you treat with people respect. So wherever you go, you treat people with respect, you shall receive respect, and Hawaii and surfing in that world is no different from that. So I definitely learned how to navigate in different situations in life, being a skateboarder, being in different parts of the cities with different, doesn't matter which, you know, spots can be anywhere in the city, whether you're in the ghetto, you're in the fanciest neighborhood in the world, whatever, like we're going where the spots are. So you're running into different people, dealing with different problems. So I think that whole world taught me a lot how to just be a human, you know? And coming from skateboarding and surfing is very close to it and stuff. So obviously there was a lot of certain things that knew me as a skater or whatever, like that opened some doors in surfing for sure. There was a little like, oh yeah, you did some skateboarding, oh cool. Yeah, so it definitely helped on that sense too.
Thank you.
I think that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much.
Really
Ben?
quick.
Go, Ben.
I just want to thank everybody for buying a ticket and for coming and hanging out. It's not lost on me that making stuff like this is a huge privilege. I used to listen to the Smiths and David Bowie in my headphones and skate around and think of Arto skating and the impact that he's had on everybody as a skater. That's just surface level, you know, he's an artist and he's a creative, and I think we're all here for the fact that, you know, we love those things, and that means a lot to everybody. So I just want to thank all of you sincerely for coming out and being here, and yeah, it really means a lot to all of us. And these things are never really done until we get to show them to people. So you guys are some of the first people to get to see this. So thank you all so much for being here, really.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Yep.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Trevor.
I would say Ben and I, months ago when we were shooting this, were driving down PCH and we drove past this theater and Ben jokingly said like, oh, it'd be cool if we showed it there.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's never going to happen. But here we are. Hi. But yeah, this is cool. Laguna is my favorite town in Southern California, so it's really cool to do this with all of you. So thank you.
Woo. Thank you, Coast Film Festival. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
I also want to remind you all that you probably have received a wristband when you came in tonight. So are you all invited to go watch Mapache at Festival of Arts that's happening right now. So
Also, Bike Path is available in the back. Buy the book.
Oh, yeah, we
thank
got
you so
some
much.
books.
Have a good night, everyone.
You.